Alright guys, I want to talk a little bit about GPT and AI and artificial intelligence and people that use this all for all the answers to a go-to for all the answers. For know all the answers. Man, I've been mowing the grass. I need to clean my glasses really bad. But at any rate, in order to explain to use as an example to demonstrate to y'all how ChatGPT and AI is going to tell you what the creators and those who are in charge of things, like the pharmaceutical industries and the government, they're going to want it to tell you. Okay, so I'm going to use COVID. Okay, now where COVID is concerned, I want y'all to understand something right now. Before it ever even came to the United States, I started studying it. And the truth of the matter is, they changed all the paperwork several months after they were being exposed, okay? Now, while it was still in China, in Wuhan, China, I started studying COVID-19, and I found out what it exactly was. It was gain of function research. It's where they asked the question, how can we take the SARS-2 virus and make it readily infect the human, okay, readily and easily? So, in order to answer this question, what they began doing was gain of function research. Gain of function research is where they took SARS-2 and then crossbred it with several different viruses, every influenza ever known to man. Okay, they crossbred it with every influenza known to man. It still wouldn't readily infect a human, so they began crossbreeding it with every other virus known to man. Still, after crossbreeding it with almost every virus known to man, including your herpes simplex, your acquired immune deficiency syndrome, all of it. Okay, human immunodeficiency virus, human papillomavirus, they crossbred it with all of it. Okay. Still, it would not readily and easily infect the human cell. So then they added proteins to it. It was the proteins that got to start infecting the human cell easily. Okay, but just to explain all that to y'all, gain of function research. Okay, now ChatGPT, if you get sick from it and you're full-blown COVID and you go to the emergency room, they're going to want to put you on a ventilator. They're going to want to give you remdesivir and put you on a ventilator. Remdesivir is a drug that even Dr. Fossey and the CDC and even ChatGPT tells you now this is the best treatment if you're on full-blown COVID. This is a lie. This is a lie. Remdesivir shuts down your kidneys. Within 2 doses of remdesivir, it will shut down your kidneys. And the doctors know this. They know this, okay? And now you need dialysis, and it's most likely lifelong. It causes serious damage to the kidneys, okay? That's one thing. But the ventilator right away causes a secondary infection. If you've ever seen anybody had a surgery, had to have a ventilator introduced even for 12, 14 hours, when they remove it, there's a secondary infection that they have a hard time regaining the use of their lungs and things like this. After 3 days, your chances of coming off the ventilator successfully start dwindling down. At 7 days, it's pretty much almost a death sentence. Okay, so those that survived 10 days and 2 weeks, those was miracles, okay? Make no mistake. So the ventilator and the remdesivir. And remdesivir, in order for you to remember it, the medical professionals, the nurses, they're going to call it run death is near, okay? Run death is near. So the proper treatment, if you really want to cure COVID, you're in full-blown fucking COVID, you can't breathe, listen, you need some ivermectin, you need some hydroxychloroquine, and you need some oxygen, okay? Those 3 things, and just, you know, maybe a day or 2, and then you might exercise a little bit, force all this mucus, anything you got up, but you need the ivermectin, you need the hydroxychloroquine, and you need the oxygen. Not a ventilator, just the tube they got, stick it up in your nose and run them on oxygen. You'll see the levels start coming up, okay? Okay, but ChatGPT is going to tell you, no, you can't use ivermectin, no, you can't use hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine was successful in healing COVID. The doctors that used it know this, and even after CDC said no, and Dr. Fauci said no, give them remdesivir and put them on ventilators, let's murder everybody, because that's what they was doing, okay? Even after this, there was doctors that attempted to continue prescribing hydroxychloroquine, but the government outlawed it, okay? And even after the government outlawed it, there were still some doctors that would try to continue prescribing hydroxychloroquine, okay? But the government ordered the pharmacies, they actually ordered the pharmacies to ask the patient when they was getting it filled what it was for. You had to write as a medical provider what it was for on the prescription, because if it was for COVID, the government said the pharmacy was not allowed to fill the prescription, okay? Because hydroxychloroquine is what worked. Hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin with oxygen, okay? But yes, ChatGPT still going to tell you got to take that vaccine. That's your best course of action. It's going to tell you take that vaccine, which, by the way, guys, the vaccine they was working on 20 years before they ever even started the gain of function research. The vaccine, it ain't nothing but the proteins they added to the viruses they created. Now I want y'all to understand something. Every time you take an animal, you take too much and you crossbreed those two, you create a new breed. There are people that get COVID that are asymptomatic. They don't display no symptoms. They get sick one time, they heal up, and then they don't display no symptoms, but they still have COVID. It's still testing positive for it, asymptomatic. Y'all know what the human immunodeficiency virus does? I believe those that got that type of thing, they got the one that was crossbred with HIV and acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. That is just a symptom. That's not the virus. The virus is the human immunodeficiency virus, okay? So just so y'all know, man, I want y'all to know ChatGPT cannot be 100% trusted, because it's going to tell you what those that are in control of the society want it to tell you. And that's a fact. And my example is the fact that it still tells you the treatments for COVID that we that have half a brain know does not work. And when Donald Trump caught that COVID, you can bet your ass they did not give him no respirator with remdesivir. Okay, they gave him ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and some oxygen to heal his ass up, because he's important. We are the ones that are wanting to experiment, kill, population control. There's a lot. Guys, this tape, I put this tape on here because this thing is so thin, it's like cutting into me, man, and then it makes like a rash and itches, man, so I put this tape, try to make that thicker. But at any rate, guys, I need to put it on this side too. At any rate, with that, man, that's my piece on ChatGPT. It's good for a lot of things. It's good to learn a lot off of, but you can't trust everything you get on there, okay? Like Matthew and his lawsuits. Dude, you need to be a lawyer and know these things before you ask ChatGPT, so you know what you're asking, you know what it's telling you, you know whether it's right or wrong. With that, guys, I'm out.